The China Daily Propaganda. Ang ganda-ganda kayo natin. Tapos ginawa tayong pangki.
Nila lalo yung claim nila sa West Philippine Sea. According to you.
According to you. Oh, objection. You are
Isang environmental disaster na umani ng galit ng buong bansa. Isang propaganda video ng China na nagpasiklab ng panibagong diplomatic tension. At isa na namang mainit na linggo sa impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte.
Tatlong malalaking usapin. Tatlong kwentong hindi lang trending kundi may malaking epekto sa bawat Pilipino. I am Mond and I'm breaking down the facts and the context.
And I'm Mia Magdalena Focno and I'm here to unpack the human side of the issues.
This is Spill the Tea by the Raw Stories.
And the Mountain Dew. So here we go with Spill the Tea number 1. The Subic Ancestral Dumping Disaster. I think, Mon, ikaw ang mas knowledgeable dito.
Yeah, so actually medyo matagal-tagal na rin ito na it's happening. It's almost 7 years na may illegal Subic dump site.
Before pandemic pa siya.
Yeah, before pandemic pa. So parang isa siyang vacant, malaking vacant space, no, na parang pailalim hanggang sa parang tinambakan ng basura ng Subic
Sino
government.
Okay.
Yes. So kumbaga si Subic LGU mismo, ginawang temporary dumping site siya. And then although in 2022 there's an DNR na initial probe. But of course, ang nangyari is that I'm assuming nothing happened there because there's now a public outcry. And why? Because naging highlight itong situation na ito ng Subic nang ma-feature ito sa documentary ni Cara David. And ang mga affected ay syempre ang mga kapatid nating Aita.
Sige.
You know naman ang mga indigenous communities, they must be protected. And ang mga Aitas ng Subic, of course, silang mga nauna dyan. Silang mga pinoprotektahan dyan. But then, if you have this massive naging dump site dyan, na it's already affecting their communities, which is, yun yung naging pinaka-focus ng documentary ni Cara David. So,
Ano to? Akala ba ng Subic walang nakatira doon? Ganun bang, ang claim nila? At bakit sila nag-dump ng basura?
Actually, kung may claim man na kunwari na hindi nila alam na may nakatira doon, ang paglalagay ng dump site sa isang area, alam natin it affects people around its vicinity. Sabihin
Saka
natin
yung
ilang kilometro yan. And then of course, the environmental impact kasi napatag na pala yung area dahil sa dami ng dump site.
You mean malalim yung place tapos dahil sa pinagdadump, tumaas?
Napatag. Yes, napatag siya.
Anong klaseng basura yung mga pinagdadump dun?
Diyos ko, lahat na ng klase ng basura nilalagay doon. No, tons of municipal waste. Doon siya binabagsak. Nang wala man lang ka-strategic implementation ng lahat ng merong batas in terms of waste management. They just dump it there.
I can just imagine yung leaching. Di syempre, kung uulan dyan, di ba? Yung lahat na lang yung liquid, papasok yan sa soil. May infiltrate na yung water table. Edi, rivers, ganyan. So, hindi na siya potable.
Hindi na potable. Tapos, one more thing pa dyan, ha? Yung area na yan is that it's a treated pristine forest reserve, no? Na officially recognized as the ancestral domain of the indigenous Aita community. O parte pa pala ng kanilang domain, di ba? But, ganito yung nangyayari. And tama ka, affected ang water nila. Di
So,
ba?
nauna sila doon and then yun ang nangyari. Sila pa ang nadi-displace ngayon. So,
They're being
ang daming
displaced.
batas. Ang daming batas na pwedeng magamit dyan.
And 'di ba, pero before pa nung mga batas ate, tinanong mo ako kanina, anong mga klase pang may mga specific waste pa na nakita doon. Biomedical hospital wastes.
Ew. Oo nga naman, kung sinabi mong 7 years ago yan, meaning yung basura natin nung COVID.
Yes, nandoon. Discarded PPEs and surgical masks. Grabe.
Oo.
So over 7 years. Imagine mo naman kung isang munisipyo 7 years na nagtatambak ka. At ang tanong ko naman sa Subic government, anong plano nyo sa dump site na yun? So,
Paumba.
kung hindi lumabas sa documentary, so ano yun? Parang we just leave it there?
They
Di ba?
started 19, tapos na-call out sila, nag-investigate ang DNR ba ng 2022, pero until now, wala talagang nangyari hanggat na-call out sila sa media.
Yes. At nung na-call out pa sila sa media, pinatawag pa ng isang barangay ang ating
Oh,
mga AITA at grinil daw sila di umano sa kanilang mga pinagsasabi sa interview sa documentary.
oh, blaming the victim tayo.
Blaming the victim, and ang nangyayari is that masisita ka, isisisi mo dun sa mga apektado na nga ng mga pinaggagawa ninyo. Parang we made a situation that damaged our environment, affected the communities living there, and again, these are indigenous communities. And number three, ewan ko kung anong nangyari at hindi na dumaan sa proseso ng gobyerno ang pagkakaroon ng isang dump site. And gaya nga ng sabi mo, may mga batas na na-violate doon.
Oh, like, parang sa atin din, yung IPRA, yung Indigenous Peoples' Rights Act, diba?
Yes.
Yun na naisip ko. So, isa yung basura.
Ecological solid
Oo.
ecological solid waste management, di ba? Parang why do we even have these laws if these are not being properly investigated? So dapat yung ecological solid waste management, public officials who permit them face criminal prosecution, fines, and dismissal from service. Ang problem is I'm not even sure if ito yung mga kaso no na i-file, because our politicians who allow this to happen can really be legally liable.
Liable.
Hmm.
Tsaka, apektado yung tubig. So, pati yung Philippine Clean Water Act. Diba?
Yes.
Pwede rin yun. Nagamitin.
Hmm.
So, anong latest update?
So latest update is that DNR stepped in to issue a fresh cease and desist order. So while the LGU scrambles to divert new trash to an alternative facility sa Pampanga, the accumulated toxic mountain remains in the forest. Kasi raw, according to the LGU, aabot daw ng 78 million minimum pag-extract ng trash, no? Pero ang tanong ko naman dyan is that bakit nyo kasi pinaabot sa puntong ito na mapupuno yan bakit kayo gumawa ng dump site na wala kayong plano on how to actually manage it and make sure that the dump site will still be safe to the community. Sa dami ng mga dump site na nagka-issue sa Pilipinas, talaga ba hindi tayo natututo?
Kasi naisip ko, tayo sa Baguio, ang laki kaya ng ginagastos natin para i-haul ang basura to other places dahil we're following the law. And then here comes somebody else na they just found perhaps a convenient place to dump their waste, thinking na hindi sila ma-find out. Buti na lang may kala, David. Meron pa bang ibang nagpabisto dyan?
Yeah, of course, nagsalita na rin ang mga media personalities. You have Nadine Lustre, Ann Curtis, no? Marami na rin sa mga personalities. And of course, ang ating mga netizens.
So hinintay talaga muna yun, ano?
Check natin, Ate Mia, kung ano yung mga susunod dito. But of course, anything about basura, anything about environment, anything about indigenous communities. Siyempre, kailangan unahin natin ang mga ito because these are our bedrock sa pag-manage ng ating communities. Kapag napabayaan natin ang mga ito, then what are we as people, di ba?
Yeah.
Saan tayo patutungo rin kung ganun yung ano natin, kung ganun na pinababayaan natin ang mga basics na dapat priorities ng bawat LGU.
Yun yung isang gustong-gusto kong theme, yung we are always part of something greater than ourselves. So kahit na let's say our Aita brothers and sisters sa Pampanga sila or dun sa lowlands sila, that doesn't mean we shouldn't watch out for them, di ba? So we keep watching out for them pa rin. Lalo na tignan mo yun, inaway sila porque nagpa-interview sila. Ang
Diba?
sama.
Kaya sa mga kapatid nating mga Aitas dyan, hold your horses. Tama ba?
Yes! Laban lang!
Laban lang, no? Wag nating isuko yung karapatan natin kasi hirap na nga tayo sa buhay. Yung kakarampot na karapatan na naiiwan sa atin para sa ating dignidad, yung magkaroon man lang ng safe na tahanan, magkaroon ng tubig na maiinom at
Tubig!
some point from environment, and then these are being taken away from us. So we understand that at hindi man namin maranasan right now, but we are with you. Kasama niyo po kami sa pagsubok na ito.
Yes, I agree.
For Spill the Tea number 2, I think, ito, napanood mo ba, Ate Mia?
Panood ko! Ang ganda-ganda kayo natin! Tapos ginawa tayong pangki! Eh,
Yun na nga. Baka you can share more.
ano?
Oo, baka naman you can share more for our Spill the Tea
Okay.
number 2.
So ito yung we're Spill the Tea number 2. It's about the China daily propaganda blowback. As in, grabe ha guys, ladies and gentlemen, mortals and immortals. Hay nako, kung ano-ano ng propaganda. So please be very careful about what you watch and about what you share. Kasi, so ano ba nangyari lately? I don't know, siguro naman nakita nyo yun, ano? So, habang nakafocus yung local governments natin dito, like sa Subic and also thereabouts, nakafocus sila dun sa dumping, may nangyari na video na shinare ng government-run China Daily Media Outlet. So, ang tawag dun sa pinalabas nila is the Philippine Politicians Karaoke Show. Tapos, kung nakita nyo yun, racist
Grabe.
siya. As in racist. Pinapahiya tayo. Ano ba yon? Yung video kasi, pinapakita tayo as ragged, as monkeys na nakasuot ng barong Tagalog saka sa lakot. Tapos,
At
the monkey,
hirap na hirap. Ramdam na ramdam mo yung hirap. Paghihirap
yung
doon
hirap
sa...
ng
Grabe.
Tapos, parang pinapakita siya na ginagawa ng puppet ng US siya Japan yung monkey. 'Di ba? Tapos nung ganon, eventually, the monkey was thrown into the sea and then nakuha siya dun sa vessel ng China. Pero nung sinakay siya dun sa vessel ng China, blinas naman siya ng water cannon by the Chinese Coast Guard na siya rin minsan nakikita natin dun sa Pag-asa Island. 'Di ba? Blinablast din ng mga Chinese boats, yung mga Philippine boats. So, kumbaga, grabe, parang minamaliit tayo, ginagawa tayong, it's dehumanizing us, ginawa tayong animal, and then, anong nangyari after that? Siyempre,
Yeah.
nagalit ang government natin. So, yung Department of Foreign Affairs or yung DFA, naglabas siya ng malakas na statement na kinokondena niya. It was condemning the
Dapat
video.
lang naman.
Oo naman!
Ay,
Oo naman. Kaso natawa ko kasi may isa pang nag-condemn.
condemn ba talaga?
Condemn si DFA, naglabas siya ng statement. Abay, the next day, naglabas din ng statement si Robin Padilla.
Our Robin Hood.
Robin Hood from Baguio City. So si Robin, just for those na taga Baguio or hindi taga Baguio, dito yan lumaki. Nag-high school yan dito, although hindi siya dito nag-graduate. Kasi may nakita ko, alam mo ba, may nakita ko doon sa internet. Ang nakalagay doon, graduate daw si Robin Padilla sa St. Louis Boys High. We have to clear that fact. Nagsimula siyang mag-high school sa UB, lumipat siya ng Boys High, pero hindi po siya nakapagtapos doon dahil nag-artista na siya at lahat-lahat. So, natapos niya ang high school niya when he was in prison. Because
Alam mo, itong mga politicians natin, ang hilig maglagay ng mga, mga maling information about education. But anyway,
True! True,
but
meron pa po dyan na hindi po nakapagtapos, hindi po siya cum laude ng law school sa UP. Ito po ay si Ma'am Amy
true,
Marcos. Dahil may ibang nagclaim nun, hindi po. Sinabi na po yan ng UP. So, yun din
true.
isang fact check natin. So, going back to Robin Padilla, na dati crush ko, na hindi ko na po crush. Yun,
Sige,
kinundin ko
wait lang.
na.
I-flash natin
Ano?
yung photo niyo together. I-flash
Ilabas
natin yung
niyo
photo niyo
yan!
together.
Yinaya niya akong mag-horseback riding. Pero sa isip ko, oh my God, anong horseback? Oops! Wag na lang. So, hindi
So,
pa. Pero
yeah.
nagsisisi na po ako, Philippines, kasi kung umuo siguro ako, siguro ay artista pa siya. Laki pa. Ako na lang ang nagsenador.
But yeah.
Okay. So, plastikan kasi yung kanyang pag-condemn because we know for a fact that he defended at one point ang, pagiging allies natin with China and this
Yeah.
is in the previous administration.
Yung mga ginagawa mong mga island, doon sa Spratly, sa Scarborough, hindi po yan kasalanan ng mga Chino.
Kaya, kinall out din siya ni Rear Admiral J. Tariela.
Ariela.
Ayan, alam ko pinag mo yan.
Pero ang tanong ko lang, dun sa satire, pinagsusorry mo ko. Pero etong Chinese embassy, hindi mo pinagsusorry. Dahil tanggap mo na unggoy tayo. So my question is, why such double standard, no? Ano ba ang meron ang China para hindi mo mapag-sorry, Senator Robin Padilla?
Oh, syempre
Ano si
naman.
Tariela?
Syempre naman, na-highlight siya ng hindi lang pagiging double standard nga ni
Correct!
oo. 'Di ba? Kasi parang um nakailang statement si Robin, like supporting really the claim of China. And alam naman natin na because of his political leaning. And then here comes a statement na parang nagulat ang lahat. Hindi lang naman maliban na lang sa mga supporters niya, syempre na parang kinakain na lang lahat, 'di ba? Pero
Lahat.
madaming nagulat dun sa statement niya. Kasi parang, ha? Ikaw ba to? O staff mo to? Kasi kung staff mo to, wow. Mabuti na lang marunong yung staff niya, di ba? They know.
Magsulat kaso, ang hirap paniwalaan kasi galing sa kanya. Tapos ang isa pa dito, di ba, kinall out niya noon si J. Tariela tungkol sa, eto nga, sa issue sa
Yeah.
China, sa island. Tapos biglang maglalabas siya in defense of. Tapos ang labo talaga. Yung parang,
At ang mas nagpalabo pa niyan, nag-post ulit siya, di ba?
diba?
Ngayon, medyo nag-agree na naman siya kay China. Sinisi niya pa si Jay Tariela. Sabi niya kasalanan daw ni Jay Tariela itong nangyayari. Mr. Tariela, it was you who drew first blood. Sabi
Yun!
niya.
First
Diba?
blood.
As for the Chinese media, aren't we all monkeys of different colors in the eyes of white colonizers, supremacists? Filipinos are brown and Chinese and Japanese are yellow. We cannot deny our relativity to each other. Going down to you, Mr. Tariela's level is abandoning our Asian and Austronesian heritage. Tapos may kasama biglang quotation mark. Usually, kapag inuutusan mo si ChatGPT, di ba, merong quotation mark. Hindi na-delete.
Tsaka confused siya ha. Hindi niya alam kung communist siya, kung Muslim siya, biglang naging Christian communist siya. Like, oh, come on. I mean,
Yeah.
ano ka ba talaga? And sino ba talaga ang pinaglalaban mo? Diba?
Correct.
Oh,
So,
Robin.
yan ang
Bottom line.
ni Robin. Hindi niya alam kung saan siya lulugar. But,
Yeah.
ako dito is that whatever your political leaning is, lagi dapat nating tatandaan. Ipaglaban din naman natin ang pagkakakilanlan natin, ang dignidad natin. Huwag naman nating hayaan na pagmukhain tayong talagang hindi lang yung part na unggoy na aspeto Pero pinagmukha nila tayong literal na pobre, isinusuka. Imagine mo, i-water blast tayo. So it's as if them admitting that they really, do water cannons against us.
Which they
Diba?
do, diba? sa island in the West Philippine Sea.
Oo. Tapos, kumbaga, lahat ng mga naka-agree dito sa lahat ng mga pro-Duterte, no? Parang wala. It's okay. Oh, monkey naman talaga tayo.
Okay, fine kung sinuportahan mo yung previous administration. That's,
Mm.
pag nakasalalay na lang sa personalities ang paniniwala natin, ang hirap eh.
Hirap
Sana,
talaga.
sana yung dignidad natin. Di
Yeah.
ba? Tayo na to bilang Pilipino, bilang isang bansa.
Mm.
Ang ganun na lang, tinatapakan, tinatawanan. Tama ba yun? Hindi. Kahit sino man ang binoto natin, hindi tama yung
Mm.
video. So,
The video
yun
is really out of ano na yan, beyond boundaries na yan. Kumbaga, super low. And then nag-statement actually pa lang China dyan na parang hindi daw sa kanila galing yan. But they
State run yung
still,
media eh.
but they still, while denying na they have involvement dito sa nangyari na ito, mas inassert pa nila lalo yung claim nila sa West Philippine Sea. So it's like an apology na an apology.
Mind games eh. Mind games talaga,
Yeah.
no?
Dyan naman sila magaling. Diba? So,
Ay, propaganda.
we call our fellow Filipinos na this is not being this is not being sensitive. This is about protecting who we are as Filipinos. We are more than hindi naman sa binababa natin ang level ng mga monkey. Pero syempre, we are more than what they portray us. Tandaan nyo yan.
That's right. We are nobody's monkeys.
Correct. Yon.
So Robin, please lang, get your act together. Tumigil ka na lang sana sa first statement mo, hindi ka na nagdadadlak.
True. At speaking of dadadakdak, yeah, and lagi rin siyang dumadakdak about sa impeachment court, about sa impeachment kay Sara Duterte na dapat hindi because he's a senator judge. They should not be discussing facts of the case or even their opinions online.
People
So,
should really, practice less talk, less mistake.
correct. Ay, hindi niya naintindihan yan.
Iba
So, leading to spill the three.
Kill the three.
Yeah. So,
Oh, you're right. Oh, ikaw naman to.
So week 2, okay? So dito naman is that kung last week medyo medyo harsh. Dito medyo mataas yung emotions. This time medyo ganon, no? Medyo mataas, mababa, mataas, mababa. So
No joke. No joke.
pero magaling magaling din magaling din ang
Sino? Sino ang magaling?
yes, ulit this time. I'm telling you, the NBI, Attorney Lotok, no? Kasi, ang issue this time na tinakal nila is that threat. Diba?
Yung Article 4. Article 4 yun, no? Tama.
Yes, Article 4, yung threat mismo. No? If it's really real. Nagkaroon dito kaagad ng harapan. No? Bago naman yung lawyer ulit na lumabas kay defense.
Si Atty. Vinluan. Mark Vinluan.
Yes. At some point, strategic pero very, very korte ang approach to the extent na pinapa-yes or no niya lang ang ang witness sa mga counter niya. Pero kaya medyo tumaas ang emotion dito. It's because he's asking, marami siyang mga side remarks, di ba? According to you.
According to you. Oh, objection, Your Honor.
Yun yung yun yung di ba? Yung,
Are you sure?
tapos may sagot doon si Attorney Amando eh. Hoy! Ayun. Yung galit kay Mark Vinluan, sabi niya, according to you. Hoy, objections!
According to you. Oh, objection, Your Honor.
Hindi niya rin napigilan yung sarili niya.
Kasi nga naman, unnecessary yung mga comments na gano'n.
Necessary yung side remarks.
Yes. Tuloy na, ang sabi ni Senator Cheese, so this is a reminder to both sides, ganyan. When in fact, it was just one side naman who did the according to you thing.
Honor, may I move that the
This is a
council...
reminder. This is a reminder for counsel for both parties.
Kindly avoid side remarks. Henceforth, the presiding officer will have it stricken off the record.
Dito is ang prove pa is if threat really exists. Yun naman yung ano dito. Kung talaga bang kung talaga bang na-threaten si president.
Hindi lang si President.
Si First Lady at saka si
Ah.
Martin Romualdez, di ba?
Speaker, tama.
Ang prosecution kasi ano dito is that yun yung gusto nga nilang i-prove dito through Lotok who also did the investigation.
Right.
But the defense's counter argument kasi parang no actionable identity or physical trace of the alleged assassin. Yun yung gusto naman nilang ilabas dito. But ang sinasabi kasi ni Attorney Lotok is that there's a threat dahil nga meron silang mga factors na kino-consider. Baka ikaw maalala mo yun. Yung
Tsaka di ba yung sinabi doon na hindi porke hindi nag-complain si Presidente or si First Lady or si hindi na pwedeng hindi na imbestigahan.
mm,
Threat talaga na sinabi, di ba? Nag-hire ng hitman, ganyan. Tapos meron pa yung isang term doon na na-mention. Romanov. Oh, di ba? So,
ano ba yung
Yung-
Oplad Romanov?
yung kasi, yung parang, it's yung assassination plot as a treasonous proactive hit list targeting the highest heads of state. Tapos, nung una, akala natin kung dun lang sa video nasabi, nung sinabi nung princess na yon, hindi pala. So, ang unang nagsabi nito is si Mayor Baste.
A simple message sa ato ang Pangulo. From now on, before you go to bed, think of the Romanovs.
Diba? If you remember the Romanovs, So it's defined as purely internal defensive contingency. Ano daw, yun yung defense, yun yung sabi ng defense. Sabi nila, hindi, purely internal defensive contingency layout meant to trigger only if the VP was assassinated first. Yun daw ang depensa nila. Like, okay,
Pero
fine.
mabilis pumick up ang prosecution team dahil ang sabi ni Sarah is kumausap na ako, 'di ba? He already contacted and she confirmed, 'di ba? Yun yung sinasabi niya, yung no joke. So
No
meaning yung statement niya is not triggered by the outburst of Attorney Zulaika.
No.
'Di ba? Nangyari na, kumontak na siya even before the Zoom. Doon naman walang balik ang defense team. So, yun naman is that magaling yung NBI because diniscuss niya kung paano nila kinakategorize ang threat at kung paano nila nalaman na there's really threat. May two elements nga raw, test silang ginagawa. Ginastify niya na there are two tests that they did to see if there's really threat, no? So, yung first is the dangerous tendency rule. The NBI applied this rule to assess her statements, no? Testifying that speech can be restricted and loses constitutional protection if it tends to incite unlawful acts, or even if it stir up the public against the government or undermine yung public safety. Yung second naman na ginawa nila is that the clear and present danger rule. It's used alongside the dangerous tendency rule, di ba? So parang the NBI evaluated kung yung remarks ba pose an immediate substantive threat that the state has a right to prevent. The word prevent. So yun yung mga pinangahawakan nila. That's the test that they did. Yun yung basis nila doon sa danger na yan, dito sa threat na yan. And parang kumbaga magaling si NBI eh. A threat is a threat. Yun na yun.
And then, even if they were like trying to feed words into his mouth, hindi siya natinagngay. He stuck with his mind. And then after that, it goes also to the evidence. Diba? Evidence siya, naging battleground siya. Tapos, yung sabi nung prosecution, yung to legally subpoena and open the Vice President's personal banking and tax records, diba? To prove na merong illicit funding networks. Isa din yun. Kaso, yung depensa naman, sabi nila, blina-block nila yung move nito kasi yung sinasite nila doon is yung absolute na bank privacy laws and lack of direct relevance daw to Article 4, yung grave
Mm.
threat. Oo. So, yun din yung isa na naging contention ng dalawang sides, 'di ba?
Pero, yan. Pero, ang maganda kasi dyan is that mas napatunayan that a threat is a threat. Na kahit pinaikot-ikot nila si attorney,
Yun rin eh, threat pa.
yeah, magaling siya sumagot, di ba? Actually, tinanry pa siyang i-break ni Senator Judge Robin Padilla dun sa part na tinatanong niya if ang case ba ay ano. Isa ito sa mga highlight din ng week 2 na bakit parang hindi ba daw hinaharap ang kaso, parang ganon. So sumagot si Attorney Lotok na yes, tapos parang kumbaga in context, bakit hindi hinaharap daw ni NBI, Attorney Lotok, yung mga kaso niya. Sabi ni Attorney Lotok, wala pa naman eh. Wala pa namang dumarating sa ombudsman. Normal naman po na may mga kaso kami because of the work that we do. They use it as a tool, di ba? To para matakot sila. Tama naman siya eh, wala pa. So sabi pa ni Robin sa kanya, sige, para mainam, dapat harapin niyo yan.
Kaso harapin.
Precisely, Your Honor. Hinihintay ko nga po yung notice from na. Pag meron na hong notice...
Wala po kayo notice hanggang ngayon?
Wala pa po, Your Honor. Ang inaantay ko kasi sasagutin namin kasi meron po kaming certification na fake yung notary. Inaantay ko po, Your Honor.
Mas maganda po, maharap nyo kagad.
Definitely, hindi ko namin
na po,
tatakbuhan, sir.
kasi napakahalaga po ngayon nito.
Sana nga sumagot si kung pwede lang sana sumagot si Lotok na sana sinabi niyo rin po yan kay Senator Bato. Sana ganyan din po kayo dun sa part na hiningan po kayo ng affidavit. Parang hindi po kayo sumasagot hindi kayo nag-release ng counter affidavit So parang kumbaga, ayan, double standard din. So isa yan sa highlight. They tried to break him but he stood his ground. And isa pang highlight ate is that yung ito naman Shell Jokno versus
POA.
POA, Attorney POA. Yeah. So, ito naman yung medyo kalmado na style. Kasi dito
I love
is that kasi 'di ba winidraw na yung ng prosecution team yung 5 witnesses nila because they believed, according kay Attorney Lorna Capunan, na test, lumabas naman na yung kailangan nilang makuha. I mean, the Zoom live really happened, lalo na nung ginamit mismo ng defense sa kanilang defense. Yung mismong Zoom recording as well, o yung the Zoom video. So, even Attorney Zulaika will no longer be testifying. So, they already move forward. Ito yung para mapabilis din kasi yung trial. They move forward with the part na kailangan bang naisampi na ang mga bank records ni Vice President Sara Duterte. So, clear naman yung request ng prosecution dito is that you did it before during the Corona trial. No other than Alan Peter Cayetano and Chis Escudero na nagbigay din ng mga statements nila in support of pushing or approving the pagsampina ng bank records before ni Chief Justice Renato Corona. So, magaling ang kanyang punto. Magaling ang statement ni Attorney Shell Jokno. Si POA naman, he tried also his best na harangin na sinabihan na data privacy, ginamit ang data privacy, 'di ba? Na kumbaga dapat tsaka phishing expedition daw kasi ito. Na malumanay din. Tinapatan niya yung level ni Attorney Shell, which I also admire from Attorney POA. Na parang, maayos, dire-diretso. Kumbaga walang pambabastos, walang side remarks, dire-diretso nagpapalitan lang sila. Pero what stood here, ikaw ate, anong pinaka nag-stand sa'yo dun sa argument nilang dalawa?
Well, ang sa akin, both were calm. I really appreciated the discourse. I even loved it that they shook hands at the end. Pero there are limits naman to the privacy laws.
Yes.
Di ba? Like at stake naman na tong yung Article 4 nga.
Yeah,
diba?
yeah.
So, in order to prove that, they indeed need to look into those records. So, I think that's where we draw the line dun sa privacy laws.
And then, there's a precedent sa impeachment trials.
Tama.
So, ang sabi ni Shell Jokno is, point niya is the truth is not confidential.
I agree.
Yeah, in response to the argument of defense na confidential ang bank records. Tama naman eh. Even if the prosecution team is requesting bank records, even during nung mga mayor siya,
Yeah.
ang point ng prosecution dito is they want to see kung karapat-dapat ba talaga siyang public servant, na kung nakapag-amass siya ng napakalaking amount ng million or nagkaroon siya ng growth in income, tremendous growth ng income niya ng sobrang taas, given na magkano lang naman ang kinikita niya as mayor, of course, then magsasabi she's really fit to be a public servant. So, yun ang sinasabi niya, the truth is that confidential.
And then, now we move on. So, anong mangyayari na next? So, inalis na nila yung ibang witnesses. Yung last na witness nila for Article 4, yung grave threats nga, is si NBI Director Melvin Matibag. Which, buti na lang, kakasabi, nabasa ko lang kamakailan, NBI Director Matibag has canceled his overseas trip so that he will be able to attend next week's hearing.
Yeah.
He will take the stand as the prosecution's final witness for Article 4. Now, once concluded, the trial will shift to the massive Article 1 phase, which covers 31 trial dates. Haba din nun, ha? And when we move to Article 1, ito naman yung alleged misuse and misappropriation of OVP confidential funds. And we're talking of millions of...
Yes. Abangan natin yan next week kung anong mangyari. Marami dyan ang mangyari, lalo na't may outburst rin sa mga Cayetanos against Matibag dahil sa nga pag-investigate niya. So let's see kung paano sila magtatapat next week.
Dapat yung mga senator judges should be approaching this, as objectively as possible. Ang nakakatakot minsan yung iba sa kanila is parang lawyer na rin sila.
Yeah. Papaka-lawyer na sila. So at least this impeachment trial is like pushing us to see beyond the impeachment. We see how our public servants defend also the rights of every Filipinos to public service. Kasi syempre itong nililitis natin ay vice president, no? And beyond the name, let's see if saan tatayo ang ating mga senator dun sa part ng katotohanan, transparency, accountability. So we really need to make sure that we keep an eye to this impeachment.
Yeah, so let us keep our eyes open, not just on the witnesses, on the prosecution, on the defense panel, but as well as on our senators. Like, are they really fighting for us? Or are they showing their true colors and fighting for their loyalties? That's one more thing that we look into as the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte goes on.
Yes.
So everyone, that's the tea for this week. But the conversation does not end here.
Correct, Ate Mia, because every issue has different sides, every headline has a deeper story, and every fact deserves to be understood in its proper context.
Now that you've heard the stories, please tell us what you think. Maglagay naman kayo ng comment.
Yes! Mag-comment kayo, agree, disagree.
Kung gusto niyo akong like kayo, send niyo sa messenger. What are your thoughts on everything that we've been talking about, and what do you want us to talk about in the future?
Correct. It's your turn to share your thoughts in the comments, and let's continue the conversation.
Because informed discussions create informed communities.
And that's exactly what we're here for, to go beyond the headlines and make sense of the issues that matter.
I am Mia Magdalena Focno.
And I am Raymond Sakiwat for Spill the Tea by the Lost Stories.
And the Mountain Beacon.
Maraming salamat po sa panonood. See you next week.
See you. Bye. Take care.